Any mice? Where have you been? I thought you would be better about keeping in touch. Bullet holes? I think I have most of the shadow off of me. The sun is in my eyes, but because there's so many fires, it's very muted. I think we're a little bit crooked, but just lean and it should be okay. All right, so it's been a little bit. I just thought I wanted to check in. I wish I could have a spectacular visual presentation of everything that's been going on here for the last couple weeks, but the best I could do was to write it down and get organized. So we're going to take a deep breath. I'm going to tell you what I mean by shutting it all down, and I'm just going to focus on what it means to tidy. Some of you might know what that means. And we'll see you on the other side with a very boring in-between break. Is that less crooked? It's still jiggly. Try not to push the table. So, checking in. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update and let you know what my story is for the last few weeks. And also, I'd like to say where we're going from here, but all I'm doing is apparently sinking into the massive amounts of muds that have been we've gotten over the last few days. So just a couple things. Apparently when you have short hair, you need to be able to wash it in the morning so it doesn't do weird things. That is never going to happen. It's like 40 degrees out. And two, get ready for the new normal. I've been downsizing and I have, I think, 2 flannel shirts left. And so red buffalo check will now be the new norm, which brings me to that word in the title about tidy. What does that mean? So for those of you who are been with me a long time, you know that I have an issue with stuff and simplicity. So that's kind of come to a head. I'm using that word tidy just because I think it's kind of a funny word and it seems silly in relationship to the scope of what I'm trying to do. But there's this little gal named Marie Kondo who specializes in organization and decluttering. You can find her around on the internet. But I read her book a while ago, and I've been watching the Netflix show just for inspiration because I have hit my great white whale. For me, doing this kind of declutter and organizing is the white whale of my life. And so I've been living in a state of massive disorganization for 12 years since I downsized from the original house. Just as a quick catch up, I never packed the white trailer to travel. I only packed it to move. So I brought a lot of stuff with me that I didn't intend on living with in a tiny space. I intended on getting a real house or apartment and transitioning. So I started off on this journey with a very different intention than where I've ended up. Being in the little tiny white trailer, which I am back in right now, I'll tell you that story in a minute. It was so full, I could never get organized. I did a pretty good job, but then a year ago I made the decision to move into a van, and so I was going to store all my stuff in the horse trailer. And so what happened is I just packed most of my things up to move. So everything went in a box, and it was even more chaotic. I haven't been able to find anything. I've been tripping over my crap for a year. It's been horrible. Then, because of what's going on out in the world, I have been panicking about how long all this is taking me. And so 3 weeks ago, I moved myself into the horse trailer by taking everything out of the white trailer and tried to sell it, which I did twice. And twice the sellers, they backed out. So I just took the white trailer off the market. I've been moving things back in here that I'm either going to throw away, donate, or figure out what to do with and bring them back in, because it's so difficult in this environment because I can't leave things outside because of the cows and now the weather. In the back of the trailer, it gets wet, so everything has to be in a container or covered with plastic. And the front of the horse trailer is just a nightmare. I'm still learning how to live in that space. So that's kind of a catch-up where I am. But the reality is that this is my issue. This is my white whale. And one of the basic tenets of Marie Kondo's philosophy is only keep things that spark joy. And while I like that as an idea, it's not practical for me or what's going on in the world right now, or for those of you who are paying attention. So the reason I am talking about her and I put her in the title and I'm watching the shows is because I've been spinning my wheels for 3 weeks. Like, I just keep moving my stuff around and nothing's happening. And so I needed a structure and a system. And so I'm taking from her system as much as I can and applying it to my personal situation. And the reality is my super bottom line right now is I have not enough space and I don't have any stuff I want to get rid of. I've been downsizing for 12 years. Everything I have, I want. Everything I have, I like. And everything I have is designed to help me facilitate the process if the grid goes down or we have a massive, collapse. And every single day we're getting closer to that scenario becoming a reality. So the irony on me is not lost that as the intensity of the fear around us is increasing, my stress level is going up and my capacity to function is going way down. So this isn't about right or wrong. I'm going to be honest, what for a lot of you would take you 15 months can easily take me 3 months because of the way my brain is. And so this isn't difficult in the relationship to the physical act isn't difficult, but it is mentally and emotionally extremely difficult for me to move through this process. So I needed an external structure to help focus me. And so I'm taking her process, the way she divides it, and trying to organize by her principles. And yesterday went pretty well. I got my clothes done. Today is electronics and camera and computer stuff, because I have boxes and boxes of, you know how you keep all those extra cords and you don't know if you should get rid of them. So I don't fit over there and I don't want to get rid of anything. So I'm exploring the idea of keeping the white trailer. I haven't decided yet because it would make a great workspace studio. So this story doesn't have an end. It's just me doing some catch up with you, and we'll see how it goes. So for me, what's happened in the last 3 weeks is I've gone from extreme heat. It's been 100 degrees to the back of the trailer. It gets to be about 110. So it's been anywhere from 90 to 110 in the back of the trailer. So it's been super hot, making it even more difficult. Then a few days ago, we had that massive cold front come through. And so I got to experience freezing. I got to experience no electricity when it's freezing. My electricity went out. I don't have my wood stove hooked up, so that was a nightmare. I got to experience low temperatures, 100% humidity, rain, and massive amounts of condensation inside the trailer. So it was literally like raining in the back of my trailer, and everything was getting wet. I have it pretty much sealed, but I have not been in there with a massive condensation event. So that was eye-opening. I've had about 3 weeks now of living in it to get kind of a flow pattern to it. So I have a lot of information now to work with to try to resolve some of the things that aren't working, to shore up some of the things that are, and how I'm going to go forward and plan for the future, because I can't afford to buy all the organization stuff I need right now. So part of the problem I'm having is I have a blank slate. Most RVs or homes have a kitchen and a bathroom and a pantry. I don't have anything. So I have no internal structure, but I think I have it laid out in my head. There's just going to be some bumps on that I wasn't planning on, in terms of the fact that it literally rains inside the trailer. So until I can get some kind of ceiling across the roof, I guess I can live with it coming down the sides, but inside I need to have a ceiling to seal out the water before I can really move into the back of the trailer in a more comprehensive way. I know how much it gets between the back and the cold. That's been really interesting. I'm heating the front. I did get the power back on, so I got a little bit of electric heat. And then the sub-zero temperatures in the back. Just as an interesting side note, it was so funny. I've lost all my food because I decided to go without a refrigerator when it was 90 plus degrees. So ice doesn't last, so I just ended up losing all my food. I went to the store right before the cold snap. I left most of the stuff out here. You can see I actually have my vegetables and stuff out here. And then I came out and everything in my refrigerator and that stuff was almost frozen. And I'm like, are you kidding me, right? First I lose all my food because it's too hot. Now I'm losing all my food because it's too cold in and out of the refrigerator. I turned the refrigerator back on because I couldn't stand it. When it's 100 degrees and you have nothing cold, it's really uncomfortable. So my struggle is the mental and the emotional capacity to get to this place where I can't keep everything. I need to feel safe and secure in this world because I just don't have the space. And I can't have both. I can't have all the space I want and all the stuff I want. So I'm in this really difficult position of having to make decisions on faith. And I don't know what the outcomes will be. And a lot of my decisions have been wrong. So I'm a little bit tentative because I don't trust myself because I've made a lot of bad decisions in the last 9 months. So right now, unlike an episode of an organization or a decluttering television show or video, I do not have before and after pictures about how fabulous my new system is. This is a bit of a cliffhanger, but I've made the decision to just put everything on hold and just do this because I decided even if I was going to die in 30 days, for one freaking moment, I want to have some calm and peace and organization in my living space because I've been living so long in a state of chaos and clutter. And for my kind of brain, it's just like having your finger in the electric socket all the time. It's been extremely stressful this last year to live in even more chaos and clutter and uncertainty. And now as we face more and more uncertainty out in the world, it's getting harder and harder, right, to give ourselves permission to do what we need to do. But I'm just saying I'm going for it. I'm going to just, if everything implodes on as we count down to the election here, I'm just going to have to live with those consequences because I cannot go forward in this state of chaos. So that's my decision. Maybe next time we'll get to show you the after results. Maybe not. I have no idea how long this is going to take me. But we're just going to keep breathing deeply. My goal is to stick with it no matter what. And with that, I hope you guys are all doing well. I know some of you are struggling with the same thing I am right now with just how do I move forward, right? You can't take it all with you. It just seems like all these people are packing up, moving, and going to their right place, and I'm just sitting around drowning in a state of confusion. So we can't judge ourselves by others, but it's really hard when we see other people doing really well and we're frustratingly slow. But I'm committed. This is my white whale. So my goal is to tidy until I can be in the trailer and just have some peace. To me, that's how I build strength in my life. I hope that you are building it in yours. We're going to take a deep breath, and I, my friends, will see you one way or the other someday next time.